Ah, look at that. What a freaking classic. And the first successful pump action on the planet Earth. The model 1897. This one was made in 1957, and I paid $7.50 for it. Apparently it's in very good shape. Bluing's still on there. Let's unload it. Let's see if it's unloaded. Press these two buttons right here. See if there's any shells in there. Oh, one, two. Clear. Press this button right here to open up the action while if the hammer's down. It's a neat gun. That's very, very neat. You got these two buttons right here to let the shells come out one by one. If you hold it down, all the shells spit out like crazy. And you got this button right here to unlock the bolt so you can pump it back. I think this gun is still better than some others out there. Such a classic base principle, like, but it's I think it still beats some of the shotguns out there. Full choke, 2 3/4 inch, made in the U.S. of course, in New Haven, and of course from Winchester. You know, John Browning, he designed a lot of guns, and besides the Auto 5, this is a real good one right here, you guys. And if you have some cash, buy original, you're going to be happy for a long time, because these guns last. I had to get this gun fixed though, because the ejector spring was broken, so the shells wouldn't fling. On the outside of it is right here. The shells wouldn't fling out. But 15 bucks, the gunsmith put a new one in, and it's ready to go for until I pass to somebody else, or if the gun blows up by, let's say, a 3.5 inch shell that I put in by accident. Can you see me? This is how it looked like, if you didn't see me in the video yet. If you don't know how it looked like, I mean. It's full choke, so I got a ball right there, and two of them probably 30-40 yards from here. 2 3/4 inch, like I said. We'll load her up. I have a Winchester Model 12, and the shells go in better in my 1897, my Winchester Model 12. Don't know why. There's no action release, but there is a button for the action release if the hammer's down, like I showed you before. Here. Not sure if you saw that, because I can't really see the screen properly. I'm left-handed too, so you won't be able to see the action, but we'll try it out. Now we're going to go for the farther bottles. They moved, they slid, but full choke, you know it's hitting it. And this is 9 pellets. It's 9. It's not 8, but it's 9. A lot of people like using 9 for peasants and stuff like that, birds, because there's a lot of pellets in there, but it's a nice shotgun, man. You know, if I was able to get rid of all my shotguns, I have a single shot H&R, I have a pump action 410, a Mossberg 505 youth model, I have a Remington 870, I have a Model 12, I have a Stevens double barrel, and I got this one, that's 6. I named 6, I got 6 shotguns. This, I would keep. If I had to get rid of them all, this one I would keep. I mean, like, this came out when there was only double barrel shotguns and single shots, you know. So it opened up the eyes, a lot of eyes. It turned a lot of heads back then when this came out. Of course, when the Auto 5 came out too, that opened up a lot of eyes, because everybody was like, a semi-automatic shotgun. You know, when FN came out with that, with Browning, it was amazing. You know, everybody was so, oh my god, you know. But this gun is good. I'd get rid of, if I could only keep one, this would be the one. I thought maybe I could stop shooting and just start showing you guys the gun. I paid $750 for this one, so I thought it was a lot of money. And then I brought it to the gunsmith because of the spring, and the guy said that's a perfect price for a gun this and such in good quality. Because a lot of them are all beaten up because they were used a lot. I mean, like, think about that. When this thing came out, there were single shots and double barrels, so flip it over, I'll show you here. It says right there. I can't read, it's upside down for me, so. The reason why there's a hammer is because John Browning, he took his lever action design and got rid of the pump, got rid of the lever and put a pump. So that's why there's a hammer, because of his lever action designs. All of his lever action designs, has a exposed hammer, so you can put on half cock and full cock. So that's the follower, drops down, shell pops inside, follower goes up, the bolt goes forward, pushes into the chamber, you pull the friggin' trigger, and there you go. You can also put on half cock, which is your only safety, yes, but don't rely on the half cock because you never know if it could malfunction and drop down. The gun could go off by accident. It could also slam fire. I'll describe that. I'll show you how that goes in the next clip. You can see right now. Now, this is the field model. Obviously, it has a long barrel. You could get the Riot model, which is like a shorter barrel, probably a little past the magazine tube, and there's a bayonet lug where you can put a bayonet on there, and there's a heat shield. So it's a little bit more tactical for you tactical guys that think this is not good enough just like this. But I recommend, and if you can't afford a Winchester, you could buy a Norinco offline or something for your first pump action, or for a collection. I mean, like, just because this is really old and it's weird looking, you know, just because it doesn't look good like an 870 or a 500 or a Benelli, whatever, you know, I can't believe that you figure the first design or the first successful pump action wouldn't be that good, but this is still freaking good. I mean, like, John did such a good job. I mean, like, why wouldn't you not get an 1897? I got a Model 12. Now, the pump on that, the cycle on that, feels really good. You know, it's so light and crisp that if you hold up the Model 12, the Winchester Model 12, which is based off this gun, you hold it and you press on the pump release, the bolt will drop all by itself. The pump will go down all the way by itself, like that. Like, it's, and you could really throw some lead down there. But between the Model 12 and the 1897, which I'm gonna have to make a versus. This loads better, but the pump doesn't feel as good as the Model 12. But then again, there's big history behind the shotgun. You know, the Russians, the Americans used it against the Germans in the trenches. Well, with the barrel was chopped, and there was a heat shield, and there was a bayonet on there. You know, it was used, and the Germans did not want the Americans to use that because it did such a good job, you know, of fucking wiping them out in their trenches. And the slam-fire design, you know, the best way to describe slam-fire is that the shotgun or the gun is fully automatic, but your speed of pumping the pump is oh, sorry, I fucked it up. The best way to describe slam-fire is that the gun is fully automatic, but you control the speed. You're the recoil spring. You're controlling the speed because you're holding down the trigger and you're doing this, right? And everything's timed. The hammer's timed. The drop when the bolt is closed. It's a fully automatic. You're making it fully automatic, but you're controlling the speed. That's the best way to describe it. But it's a good shotgun, you guys. You know, if you spend $500-600 on a good on a almost mint, it's all right. At first, I thought $750 was a lot of fucking money, but then I heard that it's normal to spend that much money on a Winchester 1897. You know, I don't know what else to say about it. It's a good shotgun. In the future, I'm gonna have to make a versus between this gun and the Model 12. Probably later on when the bugs are gone, because and there's no room here, so I'm gonna have to go somewhere else. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and get yourself one. Like I said, don't be afraid to make it as your first shotgun choice. Either an original or an Norinco, a replica. But if someone's giving you one for free, like handing it down to you like your grandpa or something, take it. Okay? Because that gun has a lot of history. It's going to serve you well.